In this video, we're going to focus on the Lagun-style bracket from White Top Adventures, and I'm going to show you guys how to install it and give you guys some tips along the way. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome back to Random Fix. So we got the White Top Adventures Lagun-style mount bracket on the back of the seat, and this is a 2024 Sprinter 170 extended, and I'm going and trying to complete everything in the front before I move back. And I got all the wiring and everything else done. So if you guys like van builds and you like this kind of content, make sure you guys give the video a thumbs up if it helps you guys out, and subscribe to the channel as well, as I try to save you guys money and give you guys some nice tips that will help you avoid damaging your vehicles. And let's go ahead and jump into what we're doing here. So this is going to be the unit. I'm going to show you guys how to install it, and then we're going to come back to it and I'll show you guys the operation. Stay tuned. In this video, we're going to be installing this White Top Adventures bracket here, so we can go ahead and get this beautiful bamboo folding table onto the swivel. And I'm using an aluminum swivel here. They also come in black, and I'm going to show you guys how to do this. And I do have swivel seats in my vehicle, so we're going to talk about the challenges of that and some things that you need to adjust for. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the parts we will need. We will need drills. So we have two different size drill bits. One of them is going to be a 11 millimeter and a 6 millimeter. Then we're going to need an Allen key. For the smaller holes, this is a 4 millimeter. For the bigger holes, we will need a 5 millimeter. And I believe this is going to be a 13 millimeter wrench or socket and 10 millimeter socket on this side. We will also need a rivet gun, and this actually comes with the rivets, and these are going to be M6 and M8 rivets. The hardware is included, so I am going to be drilling through here. It did state it was no drill, but I think this is going to require drilling, and so I want to avoid the metal shavings just falling back there, and I'm going to tape up that area and also vacuum afterwards. And I'm doing this as I'm installing swivel seats. On top of that, I want to go and avoid taking this on and off multiple times. And I've also installed the lowering bracket for the parking brake. And I'm not sure if my seat base here is taller than most. And we're going to talk about some of the different challenges of putting this bracket on for the swivel table with the swivel seats. So let's go ahead and get this started. So to make this job a little bit easier, I have removed my cover, and the cover is very easy to remove. It just backs up like this, and there's one connector right here where my thumb is, and this needs to be pushed out as you back the cover up. And I did this so I can lower the parking brake for the swivel seat. And I'm going to show you guys that the swivel seat does not interfere with this particular bracket. So I am installing this on the driver's side. So basically this is how the finished product will look. And this is going to completely avoid getting hit by the swivel. If I try to use the two holes here that are in the base already, my swivel seat is going to run into here. I already tried it. So I'm going to use the lower one in conjunction to this hole right here. Like that. And then I'm gonna make myself a brand new hole on the bottom, and this is gonna be perfect. So basically this needs to fit into here, and that's not gonna work. The hole's too small. So we need to drill it out so we can attach this, and then there's another corner bracket that attaches to the other side here. I'm gonna remove the swivel, and here's that corner bracket. We'll talk about this later. You want to make sure that this is going to be the last step. To keep the metal shavings at bay, I'm going to just create a little cup here. Okay, so I've put down some tape here. This will actually catch the metal shavings and just keep them from going underneath the carpets. It catches about 90% of it. Make sure that it's the right size. You don't want to over drill. And just verify you're not hitting anything on the other side. So I might have to go ahead and drill up a little bit. This is really a pretty big size hole. there's a lot of metal shavings, guys. I got my rivet gun, added it right to the tip. And before I do this, I'm going to go and put down some touch-up paint. And maybe file this away. This is pretty rough in here. This is a paint pen. Now, being mindful of the angle of the seat, because it actually toes in. It goes in to the left here. I want to go and make a pilot hole lower. And if you're able to utilize the existing holes, this is not a problem. But in my case, I can't do that because of the swivel. So I am going to have to make sure that this is not hitting the wall, as it's pretty close. So be very accurate with your measurements and drill yourself a small pilot hole. So this is the location of my hole. I can verify that it's not going to hit the inner lip here. Make sure there are no electronics back here. So check the inside of your seat. Alright, so this is on nice and tight. I am going to go and loosen it back up. Everything matches up. And now we're going to install the corner brackets. So the side with the 2 holes is going to touch the bracket, and the side with the 3 holes is going to go into the seat base. And again, we have to drill 3 holes. So now I have the bracket attached. It's all loose. That way I can verify that everything's going to match up. And again, I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to line it up. Can figure out and verify that there are no sensitive electronics back here, which I actually have some, so I'm going to have to use a stopper. Now it's time to go ahead and make the 3 holes for the side bracket. One thing I did do on the very lower bolt on this main bracket here, I put a washer in because the seat kind of has a tilt. So I'm going to be putting a little pressure on like this. Then I'm going to go and just pre-drill the 3 holes and then make them the right size. And I do not want this bracket here to have this forward flex. I want it to be square. So I need to make sure that this has some pressure on it as this is being done. We want to make sure this is square, and now it's square. I'm going to pre-drill those 3 holes. Got myself a very small bit and keep everything loose. Same thing as before, we are just drilling those holes. And I am using the smaller bit here, the 6mm. Make sure you change over to the 6mm rivets as well. And honestly, there's a lot of electronics in this box. So don't take chances. Go ahead and undo the 10mm bolt that is on this side down here, as well as that side. You will need a long extension, as you do not want to hit these electronics with that drill bit. It'll be very expensive. I have already vacuumed once. I'm going to have to vacuum again before I put this all together. Let's make the last hole now. Again, paint from both sides. I'll leave you guys a link to this in the video description box down below, and it comes in different colors. Now, 6mm riv nuts. In case you don't have a whole bunch of different drill bits, you can use a step-up drill bit like this, but you want to avoid the really fat ones, as they can definitely get you into some trouble. And this came in useful, as my holes didn't fit. Now we went through and enlarged them. And these are the M6s, not the M8s. So don't overdo these. Now we're going to go ahead and attach this in place with the 3 holes drilled out and the riv nuts in here and the 2 on this side. And I went through and painted everything so it all looks factory. And let's go ahead and get after this now. Again, you want to have these somewhat loose. So again, I did not use the upper hole. I used only the lower hole, and I made my own hole on the very bottom part so it doesn't interfere with the swivel seat. Keep everything somewhat loose the first time. So the first one was a little hard to get. Once I got that in, the rest are lining up. So everything was good until the last bolt. The bolt had stripped, so I had to undo everything. Avoid power tools. So now I got it out. I'm gonna go find some replacement hardware and redo this really quick. What's up, Billy Bob Thornton? What are you doing, bud?
Mounting a part for the table.
Nice. Was this longer than 15 minutes?
Yes.
Yeah, because the piece broke. Anyway, have backup hardware just in case. And we actually made some discoveries. First of all, you don't need rivet nuts. You can do this and just go through the sidewall with big washers. That's what we did on the lower part. Our rivet nut broke as well. Again, if I was to do this, I'd only use one rivet nut in here. The rest, I would just go nut and bolts. So I'm done with the install on the bracket, and I just need to go ahead and mount the table. But I just wanted to show you guys the inside. So I didn't want to take any chances with this after the hardware failed me. So I've gone through and actually put nylon nuts on the back. So there are screws going into the riv nuts and nylon on this side. And I don't have enough thread to go and attach nylon to here, but I might go ahead and do that as well. To get this box out of your way, it is going to be a simple 10mm bolt that is going to be in this compartment right here. It'll be deep down in there, so you need a long extension. And then there's one on this side as well, and I'll put that in and show you guys really quick so you guys can see it. But make sure you get this out of the way. You will damage something. So here's the one on the left side that keeps that box in place. And this is a pretty long reach, so in case you are struggling with this and the nut keeps falling out when you're trying to reinstall it, go ahead and just put some electrical tape between the nut and the socket, and it will form a nice seal. If you guys want to learn how to safely wire up your Sprinter and know what to do, I'll leave you guys a link down below on how you can do this, so check that out. And if you really want to make your job easy, make sure you leave everything loose, so that way it's easy to go ahead and just tighten up versus trying to get everything to line up. That's going to be pinpoint. And what I did also do is enlarge the holes by just maybe 1/8 of an inch, so it gave me a little bit more tolerance. These pieces are really solid, and the holes are just enough for the bolt to go through. So if you want to give yourself a little bit of wiggle room, go ahead and enlarge them. And I just used a step bit. It took maybe about 5 minutes, and it could save you hours of time. So I thought this is going to be about a 15 to 20 minute install, and it turned out to be about 2 hours because of the broken hardware. Now that you guys know how I got the bracket in there, so I have gone through and I've opted out for a silver Lagun table, and I'll leave you guys a link to that down below, as White Top Adventures offered it in black, and I wanted silver because I'm going to try to use 80/20 in the van build here a lot, and I'm going to try to show the white silver face on a few of the pieces, so I wanted this to match. So here it is. It's all mounted up, and if you are nervous about installing swivel seats, this is not going to get in the way, even if you opt out to get the cheap $100 ones. This table is really sweet. So the bracket is going to allow me to raise the table up and down, right down here, and I can go and adjust it maybe a little bit higher, maybe another 2 inches, and then I can lower it all the way down to the floor. And the main reason I got this again was because I want a table that I can benefit from as I'm driving. And if the kids are back here, they can go ahead and use this and put their computers on it, or maybe their snacks. And so it's got a really cool design. And let me show you guys how this works. And I don't have this mounted up yet because I'm waiting for the rear seat. So I want to make sure I got a fluid action when I'm putting it between the driver and passenger. So I'm going to try to do this with one hand. So it's got 2 cup holders, nice finish to it, and this is the way it came. Very nice hardware. And back here it's going to be this wide, and when I get it between me and the passenger, I can make it smaller and have my drink in here or a snack. Really good system here, and I'll leave you guys links to this down below, as well as the Lagun table that I used. If you guys want to learn more about White Top Adventures, I also have a video on their shelf with the privacy cover, the curtain here, which is magnetic and just snaps together, and the wraparound privacy shade, which is built into the headliner. And so within a few seconds, once I'm parked, I can make this completely blacked out. So not only is it going to be cooler in the summertime and warmer in the winter, it gives me complete privacy. And from the outside, it just looks completely black. Really sweet system. And when I'm driving, I can just put it to the side, and it comes with everything that I needed to go ahead and mount it. It's pre-made. Let me know if you guys got any questions. Check out the whole van build playlist here, and we're going to be doing a lot of cool things in this vehicle, including installing a complete shower here. We're going to make this happen, so stick around. How are you guys liking this setup with the Lagun table?
It's awesome.
White Top Adventure rocks.
And if this video gave you any sort of value, make sure you guys give the video a thumbs up. And if you guys like this kind of content, go ahead and subscribe as well. And as always, make it a great day.